How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So you've decided you wanted to drill a car apart? Let me show you how. That's right, everybody. As you saw from the little short clip there, I'm actually working on a custom and I needed to drill a car apart. And people have, I'm not the authoritative person on YouTube as far as drilling it out. This is just the way that I do it. And you're going to be using tools. So if you're allowing a child to be doing this, please supervise them to make sure that they don't get hurt. But this is not the one way to do it. It's just my way of doing it. It's not the sizes that everybody uses, it's the sizes that I use. And I just wanted to make that perfectly clear before I did it. But at some time, you're going to want to change the wheels. Sometimes you're going to want to paint the car, which means you have to take it apart and strip it, or at the very least sand it, clean it, and paint it, right? Get the old decals off, yada, yada, yada. So I get asked actually quite a bit how to do it. And the reason I get asked, no matter how many, there's thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube probably on how to do this, but the thing is, once you put it in your list, it goes down every time you edit a video. So it gets buried further and further and further in your playlist or your video list, and people have a harder time finding it. It takes longer to find it. So that's why I'm doing this one today, just because I'm working on a custom. And I've recently got a couple people asking how to do it. So long story short, there you go. Let me get you turned around and show you what I'm going to be using, and we'll go from there. Now, most of the time, I do this outside because it does sling shavings. It is just better lighting out here and everything to see what you're doing and everything. So this is the casting that you saw me open up. These are the two drill bits. And I've had these two drill bits ever since I first started doing videos on YouTube, or customs on YouTube. This is a 5/64. You can look it up to see what it translates into metric if you like. If that's what you have on hand is metric drill bits, then by all means. 5/64. That's the small one. And the reason I use that is that fits perfectly right in that head of where, let me do it on this so you can see there's a head right there, and there's an indention. This fits right inside that indention and cuts those walls as it goes in. And I have a bigger one. Now I do have brand new ones, but these cut and use fine. I bought the new ones as backups in case I ever break these, because you're drilling, you're going to break. But luckily I never have. Now this one is also a 64th, but this is a 9/64. It is bigger. For me, I use this one because if you look, it fits on that head perfectly. If you take your time, most of the time as you drill this, it will catch that head and snap it right off. And you're always going to go slow. And it'll snap it right off, and you don't have issues getting the car apart. Now I do always have a small screwdriver handy, because sometimes it doesn't break that off just right, and you'll have to get in there and kind of bend it a little bit. And sometimes these are press fit. I mean, they're really tight. So you can go in right there and get up under there and kind of press against the fender and pop it out. Now, if you have to try to pop it out, go slow and easy, work it on both sides. Or if you got to do it all the way around, do it all the way around, because you can break this. This is plastic. Now, some people use main lines only. The premiums only. I use the main lines just because I can always find them. And I like coming out here because it's a nice square. It gives me different angles to put stuff, to hold stuff, make sure it's flat, make sure it's square. Because you want to drill in straight. Of course, you're going to need a drill to hold those drill bits. You can do it by hand with a vice grip, but it takes a while, so I just use this. This is a Craftsman. I'm not recommending them in any way. They're not sponsoring the video. That's just what I have. That's what I use around the house, because I've got a leaf blower, a weed eater, drill, and impactor. Everything is Craftsman, so I use that so the batteries are interchangeable. No need in buying extra batteries and having extra chargers for me. But you're also going to want some kind of oil. I've had this oil ever since I was a kid. I always shake it up before I use it, but the reason you oil it, it helps keep your drill bit sharp, it helps keep your drill bit cool, and it also makes it easier for it to cut. You always want to cut with some kind of lubrication. Doesn't take much, just a drop right in the middle. And I'll show you the next step just in case, after we get the car part, just in case you want to go that far. Not everybody does. Let me get you down here so you can see a better angle of what's going on. I will drill out the back first. Let me get you set just so you can see it. And as you can see, it's kind of hard for me to do the drill and everything and video it to where you can see it unless I do it on this side. So let me get you moved around. Get you zoomed in. I'm sorry. And hopefully you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and put this small bit in the drill. There's that. You can see there's nothing in it. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And just tighten the drill down on it. Like I said, you always want to go slow. Put the car on there and make sure it's not leaning, not tilting. Always have a good foundation. Do not put your hand behind it and try to drill it. I see a lot of people on YouTube do that. And they all say the same thing. Well, it hasn't happened to me yet. The key word, yet. It will happen to you. Everybody I've ever seen say yet goes right through it. Because as you're drilling, you're pushing. It could slide and go right in your hand. Or as you drill through, especially the body, if you're tapping and are going to put a screw in it, you go right through it and into your finger. So do not do that. Always have a firm surface to work on. And then you just go right in the middle, like I said. Get your drill squared up. You don't want it leaning. You want it to be going straight down. And I'm not going to try to drill through the whole thing. I'm just going to drill it for a second or two until I feel like I've went down in this, they call it a post or a rivet, just until I feel like I went down in there some. As you can see, that hole, I hope you can see, that hole is now deeper and opened up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do the front one too. You might not see it as well. I'm going to have to let the drill bit out a little bit because of that front end. You don't really have to force it, just let it go. Your drill bit is going to be sharp if it's a brand new bit, and let it do the work. Don't force it, just keep light pressure on it. Now I've got the larger bit installed, as you can see. Like I said, I'm just going to put it right in that middle, and I'm going to barely work it. And you can see it caught it really, really good, but it did leave that edge. I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to show you what to do with it. See, that did the same as well on the very back of it. So what you do, you take the screwdriver and find that edge, which is right there on that back side, right there. Put it against the base and kind of just work it in. See how it bends it in? Sometimes that'll break it off, like that. Sometimes it'll just bend it over. Go to the front and do the same thing. See, the front wants to come loose, but the back is still kind of tight. So now I can take my little screwdriver and kind of work in there and kind of twist it. Like I said, go very gently. You can see me prying. You can see that weak part right there. When you see that starting to happen, stop. Get your large drill bit. Do it again. Because you see how easily that can snap. And then voila, there it is. It's apart. Now you can swap your wheels. Zoom you back out a little bit. Now you can swap your wheels, put it back in there, and in most cases it will snap right back together. Hear it snapping? and then you can not have to do any more. But if you decide that you want to customize, if you decide that you want to screw this together, you're going to have to do the next step. So let me show you that. Alright, take the car apart there, just pop those out, whatever screwdriver you can get in there, get under it, pop that out. You can heat it up with the lighter, open them up with a screwdriver, put your new ones in, close it back down. Good to go. Your interior will come out. As will your glass. And then all you'll be left with is the metal casting. And you can see this back post is kind of long. If you look at this front post, it is not long at all. But what I have discovered, if you do right, and you got to check these castings, these gassers, because sometimes the radiator support, this piece across here, will be bent. This one looks fine. But what I have learned, that if you take your time, you can drill through the post up into that support. Well, if you look at it, it actually goes right up into that radiator too. But I try not to go that far, because I use what 3/16 long screws, and I've never needed to go past that. And what I'm saying, I have my drill bit, in as far as it'll go. And I normally stop right there. I mean, I could go all the way if I wanted, because it goes up in that radiator, but there's really no need. 3/16, that right there will be far enough, half that drill bit. So to do that, I'm going to start on the back. Oh, I like to start on the back just because it makes it easier for you to see and everything. Again, a little bit of oil, and as you can see, as you drill that and knock that head off, because you went down with that small bit, you now have a cup. Put your oil in there, and the drill bit is already started. Just take it, put it in that cup. Again, make sure you're nice and straight with the post. Sometimes the post will be going at a different angle. Make sure you are lined up with the post. Start slow, and then you can speed up if you are good with a drill. Take it out, get rid of the shavings. You can always add more oil, check your post, make sure you're not going down the middle, not blowing out the side, because you can correct it by leaning it a little bit, like I'm going to do right here. Let it drill a little bit, and then straighten it back up. That's called walking in your bit. Now that is deep enough for a 3/16, but I'm going to go ahead and go further. Just because I know I'm going to break that piece off right there, that little lip. Because I will be screwing mine back together. Because this car is going to be for somebody else. It's going to get stripped, primed, painted, decals, the whole 9 yards. So, here's that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same process on the front, but I'm going to watch the drill bit. I'm going to go a little bit, stop. Because what I want to do is I want to stop at about that first flute right there. That's about where I want to be. That is my sweet spot. And see, if I go right there and press, that core support is not touching. So what I'm going to do is go right here and use this as a V, and it puts all the support behind that core support so I don't bend it. So let me get you zoomed in and we'll do that one. Alright, a little bit of oil. It always makes me nervous to do these. The front on the gasser and the rear of a Silverado truck, I'll show you here in a second, always drive me crazy. I don't like doing them. Again, I always start straight. If you start off good, you'll finish good. Once it starts drilling, double check. Yes, we're in the center of the hole, and I haven't even really started cutting yet. I'm just in a little bit. Sorry, you can't see that. So now I'm going to add a little bit more oil because I'm not going to be going that fast. So I want it to cut good and true. Stay lubricated. That makes my bit last. And we're going to go in a little deeper. You can start and stop as many times as you want. You got all day to do this. But once you see it starting to throw threads out like that, or shavings, check it. Stick your drill bit in, see how far you've gone. See, I've gone about half the distance I really want to go. So, cut a little bit, check it. We are almost there. Like I said, I wanted to go to that worn out spot right there. That's what I want to do. And we're almost there. And that should be it. Yep, I can put a screw in there and everything will be happy. Let's check the depth. Yep, that's about it. Right there in that war spot. See? I'm right at the bottom of that core support. Exactly where I want to be. Like I said, I could go deeper, and just to prove it, I will. But I don't have to. I am where I need to be. See? Now I'm deeper. Check it on the drill bit. See how deep I am now? Right there. I am right there. I got you zoomed back out so you can see this. I haven't drilled this one out yet. I'm going to do this after I do this gasser. But look how short that is. That's just as short, if not shorter. And if you go through this piece of meat right here, you'll go through the bed because the ridge is right between them. If the top part of the bed right there, that ridge was in the middle of that, you wouldn't have any issue, but it's the post is right in that valley. But anyhow, that's how you do it. Now, like I said, I'll take it in, I'll break that little piece off right there, and I'll take a file, clean the edges, because I'm not going to be press fitting mine back together. I'm going to be screwing, so I want it to be able to go back together really nice and come apart really nice, because I might want to test fit some tires or anything. So I know there's a lot of talking involved in everything with that, but I wanted to show you how I do it, why I do it, the thought process that I do, and everything, rather than just say use a 5/64 and a 9/64, put it right there, drill it out, take it apart, snap it back together. Nah, you need to know more than that, because there's more to it depending on what you want to do. So with that stated, get out there and hunt, because if you don't hunt, you cannot find. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.